You're welcome to News Insight. Philip, good morning.
Good morning.
Come on, we can't seem to get out. Yesterday when I got home, my friend asked me, he said, who was that other man at the other end? I said, that's my friend now. He said, no, that one that has beard. He said, what happened to the beard?
well, like I told you, it's a renewed hope.
Can't be your portion.
It's a renewed hope. By the time we are done with Nigeria, people will like it. Just be patient. Nigeria should be patient with us.
All these small.
Why our policies yield fruit. So the life of a politician can be tough sometimes. What you do and what you don't do can be issues. You know, a lot of people have issues with Peter Obi because they expected him to fight, maybe in terms of protest and all that for the mandate during the election. He didn't do that. A lot of his followers were very, very angry. As a matter of fact, they say, we're not going to vote for you again if you act like that. But now they are still coming back, we might vote for you. But they're not even sure whether Peter Obi will run or not.
Because that's the only hope they see for Nigeria.
Yes, exactly. So they have come back that, even as somebody as close as Kenneth, at a point pulled out because he felt Obi didn't fight enough. Okay? And at the end of the day, a lot are still galvanizing back. But Peter Obi, the other day, was just talking about his retirement plan. And a lot of people cashed in on that. And his oppositions probably eventually cashed in on that and say he could make him Kuku retire. Why are people not understanding that Peter Obi was only talking about what he would do whenever he's retiring? What is difficult for people to grab that? Philip, let me start from you.
Yes, it's very interesting. You know, politicians being who they are, they felt that could demarket Peter Obi. But Peter Obi is saying that this is how a man should live his life, especially politicians. You should have a retirement plans. Because the political office is for a tenure. For the first 4 years, and the law allows you to go for another 4 years, after which you cannot go for that office again. Maybe probably if you can, maybe Obasanjo would have come back for election or something like that. But what most politicians, because they don't have retirement plans, especially our governors, that's why immediately they are leaving the governors after 8 years. They are running to the Senate.
The Senate is not the retirement.
Yes, and those who cannot get into the Senate, they will struggle for military slot, as if the country is meant for them. But what Peter Obi is saying is that, look, when I've contributed my quota, after 8 years, I will retire back and still be useful to the younger generation. I will be a teacher in a secondary school so that I can impart knowledge to those young ones and let the young ones learn. I will mentor them. That you see, there's time to sow, time to grow, and time to reap. That when you work, you retire and you go home, and you become embodiment of experience and knowledge to people who are back home. But our politicians today, they don't
think that way.
But what happened when he made that statement? What does the politician do? They turn it the other way around. Why are you still in the political arena? If you are already
they said it's even retired.
So
let me see, a lot of people that actually worked with Obi during his election, some of them won the elections, under Labour. Most of them are moving into APC. And they are not even bothered where Obi is headed. Whether Obi is remaining in Labour, Obi is going elsewhere, or he's retired, like a few people are just trying to misinterpret him. What is funding that groove?
Okay, so
do they think Obi is no more going to come? Because they do know that Obi is a magnet of vote.
Anywhere, any day. Okay, so number one, you've got to find out that they didn't run under Peter Obi. They ran under the Labour Party.
But they benefited under Peter Obi.
Being in Labour Party.
Yes.
So right now, they are not even sure where Peter Obi is. Yes. Whether it's in Labour or there's another party.
Could they be the one fueling this Obi retirement so that it's like somebody's strength. Tomorrow you don't want to compete against that person.
Yes. Well, the one that are fueling the Obi's retirement news are the ones that have never by themselves retired. You look at some of them, they've been there 30 years, 40 years. And traditional of African leaders, they want to die there. For example, an opposition is gathering right now. Who are these people that are opposition. There are people that are disillusioned from another party coming up and say that we've been cheated, we want to grab power. Look at people like Rotimi Amechi. How long has he been there? 8 years.
I one car shouting that.
In fact, do you know what he said? He said that nobody will give you power willingly. He said, including me. He didn't exclude himself out of it because they know the kind of mind that they have. They don't have a good mind for this country. So Peter Obi telling them that, look, I've had a field day, a successful businessman. I heard him say when I was an undergraduate, I built my own house and I was a businessman. How many of them can say that? They transformed from student unionism to political talks, then political appointees, governors and all that. So they are saying, because Peter Obi is a threat to all of them. I mean, from the head to the toe. He's a threat to them.
So that's why they are misinterpreting the retirement to be like...
In fact, they want him to leave the scene. They don't want you to stay on the scene at all. They want you to leave the scene so that they can have a field day.
Philip, a lot of people were already boasting that Peter Obi will find nowhere to perch in 2027. That is unlikely to get a party that will give him ticket. That even the Labour might deny him ticket. That is also better for him to retire now. Do you think Obi is a candidate that cannot even take any party and run and be a threat?
You see, the reverse is the case here. Every political party in Nigeria today, excluding the ruling party, wants to be their candidate. Because like you rightly said, Obi is a magnitude and a magnetism of voting. You know, you met some people who won under the platform of Labour Party. They actually won under the platform of Obedient Movement,
yes,
which is Obi in quote. So every political party is weighing Obi directly or indirectly. But because they have not been able to get his favor, or they have not been able to secure his person, they decide to go the other way around to say, oh, the man is no longer in the city, so that their political party might be, attractive. Okay. But Obi can pick, the question, Obi can pick any political party
and make it.
Okafor, we must know and begin to realize that Obi is an enigma. I'm telling you, any of his story, any of his constructive criticism, even the government shivers. We must begin to know that.
But now, the oppositions have always tried to, get at him.
Yes.
If you can't organize the Labour Party.
Who are the opposition?
If you can't,
who are the opposition?
The ruling party.
The ruling party is the opposition.
Because they're acting. So if you can't organize.
You just want them to sit down, somebody post aside for their guarantee.
They have been using that against Obi if you can't organize Labour Party.
But he's not the owner of Labour Party.
He's not, but he ran through them.
Yes, but he has not also been identifying with the Labour Party for a while. You must identify that, and don't also forget, we all know, we are students of political science, that they've infiltrated that same Labour Party. Don't forget that Labour Party was under Oshomole.
Are you among those who is saying that Labour Party is gone?
Labour Party is gone. Okay. No. Okay. That's what I'm telling you. That Labour Party is under Oshomole. Don't forget that. Oshomole was one of the people
I know
and all the boys under that place are under Oshomole.
With the Labour Party AC ticket.
Exactly. So where is Oshomole now?
He's completely APC.
So are you wanting for somebody to be using his platform?
So Philip, not in credence to what those misinterpreting Obi's retirement, are putting out there, but Obi was never a trained teacher. When you say you're going to retire into a classroom, there are different ways of teaching. It could be in a facilitation level, but to be a traditional teacher, you are required to have educational training. There's this educational training. For example, you might have BSc biochemistry, but those that have B.Ed, exactly.
So you see,
B.Ed will be required to teach.
I've said it before that.
So how is it going to handle that?
You said it here. Like I did mention that it could be a mentee.
A mentee kind of
and the mentorship
program.
And again, teaching per se, it's not just by studying education.
It can be a traditional
from experience. You can easily teach.
But he mentioned going back to.
Yes, that's what the traditional teacher. Yes, in education, there's an age you get to you'll be excused from some requirement for you to get admission to study some courses and even to work because of the experience you have acquired. They fed that thing that you came from being trained as a teacher. You've already gained it from true life experience, so you can impart knowledge without going through the rudiments of studying education. So Obi is very qualified to teach in a secondary school if he chooses to. After his goal at the presidency, after 8 years, he will be qualified.
Okay, let me get this out from you before I talk to Kingsley in a while. Let's just say for any reason, Obi listens to these people saying, oh, leave this in, leave this in. If Obi leave this in, is he a political loss to Nigeria?
Nigerian people will not even allow Obi to leave. It's not a question of whether it's a great loss. That is why the Nigerian youth will not allow him to leave.
So 2027,
yes.
You're looking forward to Peter Obi, Asiwaju, or any kind of arrangement?
I don't know.
He said it's open.
Yes.
He has clarified that it's open
to any arrangement.
And when you're
that
open
will
to
think about
arrangement,
people.
it doesn't have to be you.
Yes, and not just only power grabbing.
Yes.
That he has made that clear.
Yes.
That it's not just only power grabbing.
2027,
yes.
will you be disappointed if you see Asiwaju versus any other person rather than Peter Obi versus Asiwaju?
I have not seen any replacement for an Obi.
In case you see,
I will be a little bit disappointed because right now I have not seen anyone that will match that kind of opposition, an idealistic leadership that we Nigerians are praying for at the moment.
Okay, that's right. Philip, just in 30 seconds.
Yes.
The same question.
Well, I will not be disappointed because from his own trances, if there's a better person,
yes,
he will be part of those who will form the government.
He has said he's not desperate to be president, but he's desperate to see Nigeria work.
Exactly. So if that arrangement, the person versus Tobi will make Nigeria work, will be my step aside.
So eventually we are taking it out on what Obi himself is normally saying, that he's not desperate to be president, but he's desperate to see Nigeria work. And he's ready to be part of that arrangement where the best person will be pushing Nigeria forward. And that will probably lead us to that Nigeria that works for everybody. At least we can get started. Yes. This is still News Insights, and we will be right back. Thank you very much.